Hello and welcome to the Gold Channel. I'm Big Dad 06, your host. Today is Tuesday, June 18th, 2013, and with me I have the mercenary geologist Mickey Fulp. He's a certified professional geologist with a BS in Earth Sciences and an honor from the University of Tulsa. He also has a master's in science of geology from the University of Mexico. Mickey has 35 years of experience as an exploration geologist and analyst searching for economic deposits of base and precious metals, coal, uranium, oil, and gas, pretty much all over the world. So, how you doing, Mickey?
I'm doing well, Kyle, and I have to correct you on one thing. I actually have a master's from New Mexico, and we actually speak English. We are a part of the United States here.
Well, we definitely love to hear that. So, how you been doing? You've been traveling all over. I haven't been able to catch up with you lately.
I had just got off a 34-day road trip that started in New York, went to Baltimore, Vancouver, finalized with a road trip down the west coast of the U.S. and back to Albuquerque. So it's good to be back in the home office, and I can actually do a little legitimate work here now.
Tell my listeners and viewers how to find you on your give them your website because
hmm
you put out some great analysis um, on all the hard commodities and a lot of the mining companies, oil and gas companies. How do they find you on the internet?
Well, first of all, thanks for the kind words. And I can be found at mercenarygeologist.com. We also have a 24-hour, 24/7, I should say, streaming audio, radio, internet station called mercenarygeologist.fm. This interview will go into that rotation. And you can join more than 30,000 Twitter followers at Mercenary Geo.
Oh wow, I didn't know you were on Twitter as well.
Yeah,
That's
we're increasingly active on Twitter.
mhm.
We found that to be our preferred social media outlet, and we post something every day, and we try to have fun with it, which is what I think social media should involve.
Oh wow, that's great. Yeah, I found that I'm more active now on Twitter as well. So I would encourage all my viewers and listeners to go and sign up with Mickey's Twitter and get all that good information. I first had the honor of meeting you in person back in November at the Hard Assets Conference here in San Francisco. And I know you got something coming up on June 28th and 29th. So can you tell my viewers about that?
Well, yeah, this is in Dallas, near DFW Airport. It's called the Liberty Mastermind Symposium, and I am an invited speaker along with about 15 other uh, fairly well known to very well known. Uh, I would probably call us alternative media, generally libertarians, hard asset guys, a couple of the so called anarcho capitalists involved in this. But we each have a speaking event. We each are on a panel. There's a dinner on Friday night, June 28th, a meet and greet, and then all day Saturday, this symposium. And we're going to get into it pretty good, I think, on those specific topics.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to it. You're gonna have a lot of, like you said, 15 speakers there, a lot of good information. So if you can come out to Dallas, if you're in the area, come out to the Liberty Mastermind Symposium. That's Dallas, Fort Worth. It's June 28th, 29th, and I'll provide a link in the description box to the sign up sheet for that event. Um, and I wanted to get your take on what's going on in the gold and silver markets right now. I know you keep a close eye on those markets. What's been going on these last few months?
Well, we had a major correction. It arguably can be said that the correction set in from the high if memory serves, in September, October of 2011, near $1,900. We had a couple of months ago, we had a major correction set off by a multitude of factors, but the starting catalyst was Goldman Sachs going short on gold, drove it down as low as something around 1350 in a London or New York close. It immediately rebounded back to 1450 or so, but it could never uh, stay above a critical resistance point at 1475. Then we had a little flash crash, a manipulation of the silver and gold markets about a month ago, which again drove them down. And since that time, gold has been range bound. Let's say somewhere between 1360 and 1410 an ounce. It's on that lower range right now. But I think that correction was predictable because preceding the April 12th correction, we had about 5 months where we kept making lower highs and lower lows, and that's a good sign of a weak market.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, I know you keep an eye on all the markets. So, what's your what market are you most focused on right now?
Well, I'm focused. I'm a generalist in the commodity sector, so I'm always focused on whatever I'm speaking about next. I'm focused today on copper because I'm going to do a radio interview on copper tomorrow, um, and but I follow all commodities. But if you want to kind of know the state of the world's economy as far as hard assets go, or let me put that differently, resources, hard commodities. If you look at gold, if you look at oil, and you look at copper at any one time, will give you a very good idea about the at least the short term outlook for the world's economy. China's weaker. Copper's weaker. I haven't checked oil today, but oil prices remain strong, and I think the gold price is strong at what is it right now? It's 1365 right now.
Hmm.
These dips in gold are just buying opportunities for me, someone who does not consider gold as a speculation or as an investment, but I consider gold something that should be hoarded as an insurance policy and a safe haven against financial collapse and economic Armageddon.
And I agree with you 100%. I tell
I know you do.
all my listeners that got gold is your insurance policy. Speaking of oil, with everything going on in the Middle East, let me get your take on what's going on in the oil market really quick. I know we don't have a lot of time. Some are saying that there's a big possibility of a spike in the price of oil with everything that's going on over there in the Middle East right now. What's your take on oil?
Well, I'm always basically a supply demand fundamentalist, but oil more than any other commodity, in my opinion, is the price of oil is affected directly by geopolitical considerations. So when the Middle East starts rumbling around and starts, we see these little brush fires going around in the Middle East on occasion, and that's always bullish for the price of oil because the world gets nervous. And as you're well aware, markets are speculative. They operate on fear, greed, and panic, and they always factor in ahead, try to factor in anticipated events in the future. So Middle East unrest is certainly always bullish for oil, but the supply demand fundamentals of oil are not particularly strong right now. I'm personally comfortable with the oil price.
Hmm. All right. Well, we're running out of time, so we're gonna wrap it up. You know what topic you're gonna be talking about in Dallas? Yeah.
Well, we're probably going to do a variety of things. We may talk about some spying issues of the U.S. government. We may talk a bit about IRS targeting. We're going to talk about things that I do to protect myself, such as hoarding of physical gold and And I have a year's worth of food in my place all the time, and I'm kind of a boy scout. I'm always prepared. So we'll talk about a few of those things, and libertarianism, and the philosophy of don't tread on me and I won't tread on you, etc. So
Mm.
without further ado, I don't want to use up all my firepower, but that will be some of the gist of my talk.
Wow, that's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be an incredible conference, folks. If you can make it, if you can attend, it will be well worth your time. There's gonna be, many 15 great speakers there: Martin Armstrong, Bill Murphy, David Morgan, Mickey Fulp, uh, Andy Hoffman, just a whole host of great speakers, Robert Ian, Chris Duane. So if you have the opportunity, you definitely want to come out to the Liberty Mastermind Symposium in Dallas, and I'll put a link to that in the description box. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you again, Mickey, and talking with you. I want to do an interview while we're there at the symposium, a live interview. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
Well, me too, Kyle. It was a pleasure to finally meet you in San Francisco. We had spoken before, and I really look forward to seeing you, spending some quality time with you in Dallas in a couple of weeks, or actually more like 10 days now.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Mickey, and I'll look forward to seeing you in Dallas.
The same, and it's always a pleasure talking to you, Kyle.